welcome to Coastal Crafts. So I'm going to do a bit of a tutorial using these lovely BeeBeeCraft moulds. We've got mango, we've got two BeeBeeCraft moulds, and we've got some plaster of Paris. So we are making Christmas decorations, of course. So these are really big Christmas decorations, and these can make some lovely wreath ones. I don't know what mango's here for, but there we go. We'll just roll with it. So when you're making the plaster of Paris, I have to film with one hand because there we go. Don't know how else I would do it. 2 parts powdered, 1 part water. I have done this before, so I vaguely know what I'm doing. So I'm going to zero my scales. I'm going to somehow, with one hand, pour in some plaster of Paris. So it doesn't particularly matter how much you put in. Depends how much you really want. But I know if I go to 100, it's easy mass, isn't it? Okay, so I've gone slightly over 100, but that's not a problem. So 104 there. So I know that half of that is going to be 52. So I essentially want to add in 52 grams of water. And we're doing this pretty roughly. So I'm just going to add it and watch it go up. So it should go up to 156, shouldn't it? So you're watching. So this is like doing the petrol pumps at the station to see if you can do it. 154. It's gone down. Don't breathe, mango. To be honest, it doesn't really matter to the nearest gram. 155, that is good enough. Now we're going to get a spoon. We're going to get a spoon that I'm not particularly fond of in the kitchen. So, you know, if I can't clean it up perfectly, it does not matter. And we then need to mix this in, but you don't want to stir it too much. Let's take it off here so it's easier, or it will get bubbles in. And I can tell you it's significantly easier if you have 2 hands. So we're going to mix this up and I will come back and just show you pouring it into the moulds. Okay, so these moulds are available on BeeBeeCrafts. So now they sent them to me for free, which is very kind of them, but you can pick them up yourself on the website and I will link the website below. So go and check it out. And I'm pretty sure they've got a whole load of other moulds as well. And I think people generally use them for resin, but this is a real cheaper alternative. And if you're quite like a paper craft mango, look what she's doing. I wouldn't. Yeah, she's out with her romper suit for a bit just to get used to it. So the romper suit was to stop her licking her wound, but the nurse said to give her a bit of time out of there. So we're going to cover this up, and there won't be enough plaster of Paris to do very many of these. So I will need to mix some more up, and then I need to wipe that off. So what I normally use is a piece of plastic. Okay, so we're just going with a random bit of cardboard, and yeah, just gonna get it nice and flat. So there we go, that's one of them. I'm going to carry on making a bit more plaster of Paris, even though I've got plenty there for these ones, but so I can do my big mould and some other bits, and I'll come back to you once they are ready. There we go. Now I need to play the waiting game for these moulds to set, but by the power and magic of video, it shouldn't take you too long. Just like that and it will go. But just to recap, you have, whatever you weigh out of the powder, just halve it and then add that amount, that half amount in weight in water. So if it's 100 grams of powder, you would add 50 grams of water, just to make that clear. Cool, and we'll come back and we'll do some decorating. Yay! What do you think, Mango? She's happy. That's her happy face. Okay, so it says wait a day to 2 days, but I'm really impatient, so it's been about 12 hours and I normally find that I can pop them out after then. The good thing about these BeeBeeCraft moulds, if I can do it with one hand, is that they leave a little hole for you to hang them up with to make little decorations, whereas if they didn't leave that hole, it'd be quite hard to make one in plaster of Paris. Am I going to be able to get this out with one hand? Let's see. It's an interesting challenge. I don't think I've done a perfect job here. Whoa. So I've not done a perfect job, but I've got a few bits, but that probably won't matter, as when I start to decorate it, I think that will be covered. But we'll see what the rest of them come out. So these are bubbles that you get sometimes with plaster of Paris. Occasionally you get them and sometimes you don't get them, so I'm sure I won't get them with all of them. I will unwrap them all and I'll come back when we start decorating. Okay, so we're back with our little plaster of Paris ornaments, and I painted this one up pink. This one's green here. I was going to go green and traditional colours, and I thought, you know what, I want to have more of a non-traditional colour Christmas. So we're going pink, and we're going shiny. Where's this paper? It's just from Hobbycrafts, so it's that kind of white iridescent and pink sort of glitter card. And from that, to make our little wreath ornament, I've cut out this die. Well, I've used this die to cut out, I guess, a leafy kind of sprig. So this is for making a classic wreath, and you can get loads of different ones, can't you, for making wreaths. It's just happened to be the one that I'm using. And I have cut the pieces a little bit smaller just so they go round a bit better. And I'm going to just layer them on here to make my sweet little Christmas wreath. So it's going to look like that. So we need a little bit of glue. Oh dear, it's like I've got a cold. I don't think I have got a cold. I went to my parents yesterday, and that always makes me sneeze. I think it's their dog and dust and stuff. Right, let's get sticking. So as I say, it's always a lot harder to do when you've got the camera watching you. Just my view is not as clear, but we will do our best. I will do my best. I used to be a brownie leader. You've always got to do your best then, haven't you? Right, and that one's going to go on there. So I think that's a really cute little colour scheme. Let's bring it up nearer so you can have a look. Obviously the glue's got to dry off, but it will need some little berries, won't it? So what colour are we thinking? So we could go for pearl type ones. Oh, hello. That could look cute. These are actually brads, so I would have to cut the brad part off, which is easily done if I'm definitely going to go for that. What do we think? One of those in the middle and maybe a couple of smaller ones around the outside. There's my wire cutters. Right, let's snip these off. So it's a good thing about brads is they're quite multifunctional. So that is going to go on there. I think I might need to do that with a glue gun. So I'm going to have to heat up my glue gun. So I get that stuck on and look for some other bits to go around. So we have our little wreath. And I just went around the side with some pearl bead trim and a bit of lace to hang it up. So that's our first little decoration. And the second one that we're going to work on is using our big mould from BeeBeeCrafts, and we are going to be sticking lots of these gorgeous flat back pearls. Well, I got mine from Michael's when I was over in America, and they're absolutely beautiful. You get a massive box of them, but obviously you can get them from all sorts of different places. So we are going to start off by just doing a little row around the outside. I'm going to kind of alternate by doing a row of white and a row of pink, because that's the colour scheme that I'm going for. Obviously you have to work quite quickly or the glue just dries, as you know, with glue gun glue. And I think we are about at a dry point in time, so I'm just going to pick off the bit that's dry and carry on. So I'll keep going and finish off. So once it's on the first layer, I'm going to switch up and do some pink. Because why not? We're going sort of shabby chic with this. And there will be little gaps in between it because the nature of the shape of the ornament and the shape of the little pearls that's sticking onto it, there will be gaps. And I was considering when I first made one that I could fill the gaps with glitter, which you could do. You could put little bits of glue in and fill it with glitter. But actually, it isn't an issue really. It looks quite nice without just leaving it with those little gaps. Obviously, it would depend on the size. If you were using smaller pearls, actually, they should really be alternating, shouldn't they? So I should really have gone into the gaps. I've not done very well there, but it'd be fine. So if you were using smaller ones, obviously the gaps would be smaller by the nature of shape and mass. So I'm going to keep going and I will show you how we look. So I'm just going to keep alternating the layers until I get right to the middle. And just look at that. I just absolutely love it. And my original intention with these was to make them as gifts to gift to people. And then I made it, I was like, stop them too much. They're going on my tree. So I'm going to have to make more so that I've got some to gift and some to go on our tree. As I've warned Mr. Coastal Crafts, I want to go down the non-traditional pink and white and mint green colour scheme. He was sort of like, yeah, I don't care. But I'm not sure he's the pink and fluffy kind of guy, so we will see about that one. So I'm just going to add some trim, and this gorgeous trim, I believe, was gifted to me, I think, by Mellis Makes. Correct me if I'm wrong. And how beautiful is that, just to finish it off around the edge. And I just absolutely adore these, and they're quite addictive to make. They're a bit like, I guess, like diamond painting, but larger. So yeah, totally have a go and see what you think. And let me know in the comments below, what colour scheme are you going for Christmas? Because we're crafters, aren't we? We can have actual colour schemes for Christmas. We can go proper fancy because we can make whatever we want. Let's turn that glue gun off. Let's give this a snippety snip. And I love it. I absolutely love my Shabby Chic Christmas decorations. So thank you so much to BeeBeeCrafts. Yes, I will put something to hang that through, so I can hang that on the tree, for sending me these items, because it's been so much fun playing with all of this. And have a look on BeeBeeCrafts.com as well. They've probably got these beads, which is easier than going to America, unless you live in America, to buy them. But they're just beautiful. And I will see you again very soon for some more crafty makes. Bye.